Okay, so now if we got our bed all leveled, that part's done. One thing I want to mention is if you had a really hard time leveling the bed, like, I mean, it was really uneven to begin with, then one thing you can try to do is actually pull the bed off, flip it around so the eccentric screws are on the other side of where they were, and put it back on, and it'll probably be leveled out. I've run into that a few times, and it seems like just flipping the bed around fixes that up. So remember that for the future if you ever get into trouble leveling the bed. Again, so yeah, the next part is going to be to plug in our PTFE tube for our Bowden style feeder. So in your box, it should have a PTFE tube like this. All right, and this is actually going to pop. Well, first thing you want to do is make sure the ends are actually cut really straight. What I do is I typically will put it on a flat surface like so and just cut straight down on it so you get a nice clean cut. Make sure you check both ends because a lot of times they'll use wire cutters or something like that to cut these. It'll actually end up pinching it as it does it. So up here in our extruder with the push-in thing, we're just going to slide that in, and you want it to go in a fair amount, and it shouldn't pull out. Okay. And then down here in our hot end, now this should actually go in quite a ways. So see how much I'm showing right here. And as we push this in, you can see it went in almost that entire length of how much I was holding. So that's how far that needs to get pushed into the hot end. Okay? Okay, so loading our filament, I have a roll of filament. This is something that they sent with the package. I've heard rumors that a lot of it's been brittle. So what you want to do is take kind of the first couple inches and just kind of straighten it out. And if it snaps in your hand, then yeah, it's too brittle to put in the machine. Okay, mine was brittle for maybe the first 5 or 6 inches, and then it seemed pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and try this. So what you're going to do is, here's your extruder here, and when you squeeze these guys, let's see if I can spin you around a little bit here. When you squeeze these, it opens up the pathway. So you want to feed your tubing up, and then you may have to kind of twist it and juggle it a little bit to get it all the way up into where it needs to go. So struggle with it a little bit, and eventually you'll get it, and you'll see it start to feed through the purple part here, or you'll see the purple start to feed into the Bowden tube. You just push it all the way in until it stops. Okay? And now we have some filament loaded. We can go ahead and raise up our, well, first we'll go to, on our LCD, probably can't see that, so I'm not going to show it. I'll just spin this guy back around like so. I'm going to go to prepare, and let's see. Let's do control temperature. And I'm going to set the nozzle to, what does this stuff say? 210. So I'm going to set the nozzle to 210. And hope nothing blows up when I hit OK on this. See that red light came on over there. So our nozzle is now heating up. I'm going to go to control and main and prepare and move axes, and I'm going to move my Z up a ways here. Alright, you can probably see that pretty good. And when our temp gets up, right now it's at 115 of 210. So when that gets up, I'm going to try to extrude some filament and give that a quick test. While this is heating up, I'm not heating up the bed right now because I don't need it for this test. What else? Oh, if you try to extrude or run the extrusion motor when the temperature's too cold, it won't even work. So if you try to test the motor without having any temperature on the hot end, then it wouldn't actually do anything. It's a precaution that they put in the firmware. So we are at 210. I'm going to go to prepare and move axes and move 10 millimeters. No, we'll have to do 1 millimeter. And the extruder. All right. So let's see if we get some. I'm not getting anything coming out. Okay, so I have filament coming out now. What had happened is there was just a tiny bit of a curl as the filament was coming into this tube. I hadn't cut it quite straight, so I think it was getting caught inside there. So something to look out for. But you can see the filament coming out now as it got a little backlogged in there. Okay, so we know we have all that set up. The next thing to do is, I guess, try to print something.